it goes to that part has like a ton of guitar layers because I wanted it to be really big sounding. Bro, mixing this stuff was a nightmare. It was a nightmare.
I can definitely see that because this project, each song, no matter how like small the song is, has a lot of layers to it. You know.
Yeah, it was very hard, but at the same time, it was easier because I could go to another song. Like, let's say I'm mixing Wings and I'm going, man, I just can't get this one thing to sound right, or I'm just whatever. I'll just go to Home and I would work on that for a little bit.
And then you'd go back and it'd be like, oh, I see what I need to do. Yeah, leave a problem.
And then once you finish, it's so rewarding. Like, once you finish a song, it's so much more rewarding because of how long it took and how hard it was. So yeah, to answer your question, that was a very long answer, but the answer is it was great. It was a personal accomplishment. I just wanted to do it, always wanted to do it. And thirdly, it was the best way to convey my sound and build my sound, because I feel like with the name change, I wanted to build a new sound, a new image, all of that, a new message. So, you can't really build a new sound and a new image when you're basing everything off other people's stuff. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it just came from that, and then it definitely was difficult, but it taught me a lot, and I feel like prepared me for stuff. But honestly, my dream production wise was I would love to be signed in a situation where I can have a lot of say so and I can have a lot of control over production and sound and mixing. But I would like someone else to do it.
Yeah.
Like I would like to sit right here while the producer, who is highly esteemed and has done this his whole life, just does what I say. That would be the dream, because something that takes me a day to do, someone who went to school for it or at least has years of experience in a professional environment, they can do it in 5 minutes. That's just the way it is. So. Yeah, I'm definitely not a professional mixing engineer, but I try my best.
Got it. So, I actually, this is just a very small question. Did you produce Mad at You?
What is it?
Mad at You, I'm not gonna say I was done with you, I'm mad.
Oh, Done With You.
Yeah, Done With You, sorry. Mad at You, done with this.
No, I didn't produce Done With You. I can't remember if that one was NATO Kitsch and Kaz, or if it was just NATO Kitsch. I think it might have been both of them. And all I did was, I just helped out. I just changed stuff, did little production stuff. So I guess you could say I co-produced it, but it was, the beat was sent to me, and then all I did was I asked for the stems, and I had each individual part, and I just changed stuff around.
Got it. Okay, so now onto the Wings. I actually have 2 questions pertaining to Wings. Number 1 is the part, the lyrics, clipping my wings, there's nowhere left for me to fly. Clipping my wings, I know I have to say goodbye. Who are you saying goodbye to exactly?
Okay, so, as I'm sure you already know, because you're a smart guy and we've texted about it and talked about it, but the whole EP, in the simple answer, the EP is about a prodigal son story, or a prodigal son based, I don't know how you would want to say it, but the whole thing is, there's my experience in there, and there's also just a story I want to portray, because I feel like a lot of people can relate to it, and a lot of people, if you are in the situation of feeling like giving up or running from God, or you feel like you're far from home, or, if you're feeling like going that way, you have already gone that way, or you're in the middle of going that way right now, I wanted something in the EP for all of those stages.
And I felt that, exactly.
Or if you've done that, lived through it, made it out, whatever that would mean for you, I wanted it to also be good for that person to listen to, because they can go, oh yeah, I remember what that was like. And then it makes you that much more thankful, and also just like you can look back on that. So Wings is the first part of that. So it's the, to bring out some other lyrics, like God, do you hear me calling? Or I don't even feel like you help anymore. Like, it's those crying out to God, not knowing where he's at, feeling, which really is just because we think that we know everything. We think that we know what God should do and how he should react. And we think that, really, God can be speaking to you, but because it's not what you want to hear, you'll say, man, God just doesn't even listen to me. Doesn't even.
Yeah.
But so, it's kind of the whole song is that message. So the end is kind of it's really just giving up. And then, so clipping my wings is just a symbolism. I did not write that lyric.
Oh.
I wrote all the other lyrics in the song. And then recorded them. And then I plugged in the mic. I went there, and I knew I just wanted it to be some big chorus that I would just repeat a couple times. So I literally just plugged in the mic. I didn't have anything in my head. And usually what I'll do when I record, I'm kind of exposing my process, but a lot of people do this, is I'll go in the studio, and let's take Wings, for example. I'll make the instrumental, and then I'll go in and put the headphones on, and I'll be like, it will look like something like this. Like, I'll go, na 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 na, but there's no words.
Yeah, you'll hum the melody.
Back. Yeah, and then so I'll record all that, go back, fill it in. So I wrote the whole song up until that last big chorus, and then I didn't have anything. And so I was ready to just mumble something and then fill it in, but I just went in there and I went, clipping my wings, there's nowhere left for me to fly, and I just kept it. And I know I have to say goodbye is not really a full lyric to me. I would want to go back and say, well, does that make full sense? Does that really complete the whatever? But this, since it was so natural, and it just was kind of an emotional thing in the moment of that, I just kept it. And it's kind of one of those things that it has meaning, but also it's kind of you do it, and then kind of the meaning comes after you make it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so
exactly. I've heard tons of musicians say that before, where, like, looking at the lyrics right now, I'm thinking it could possibly mean, like, you said how this is like a prodigal son story, and that this could possibly mean, who are you saying goodbye to? Well, you're saying goodbye to the part of you that's done wrong, the part of you that hasn't trusted God or whatever, you know?
Yeah, so the clipping my wings, I'm using wings kind of figuratively as that's your, really naturally you think of angel wings, which sounds corny, but that's kind of what I envisioned. It's kind of the good parts of me, the parts of me that I wanted to be, like the in that moment, it's kind of like the devil on your shoulder won. That on that song, the devil on your shoulder won, and you're giving up. That's really what it means. It's I'm walking away from home. I've given up. I can't do this. I don't know how to be good. I don't know how to be righteous or holy, to use very spiritual words. So I'm clipping this off and I'm done. So that's basically what that means. And I know I have to say goodbye. I think a realistic translation of those lyrics is I feel like I have to say goodbye. I feel like I have to say goodbye to God. I feel like I have to say goodbye to trying to live that lifestyle. But I feel like even though I didn't write the lyrics, I kind of like what I recorded better than that, of saying I know I have to say goodbye, because that's such a delusion. You don't have to say goodbye. You don't, first of all, you don't know, and you don't have to say goodbye. So I kind of like that lyric better, because it really shows the delusion in your head in those moments of really how the enemy can, really deceive you. So I kind of like that lyric better, because it just shows how deceived we can be in those moments where it's like, man, I know I just have to give this up. And it's like, no, you don't. But, and so, that's the answer to that. And then you kind of get that. I didn't end it on a major. I made it go to that boom, and it goes straight into
Throw Me Away.
So, yeah.
Actually, right before that part where you go, clipping my wings, right? There's like this kind of like break where there's no words or no lyrics being sung, but there's this musical breakdown, and you can hear like baby cries or child giggle.
Yeah.
What was that? Just
yeah. Okay, so here's this is what I'm saying. How inspirations come out at different moments, and then I'll even forget them. So when I was like 11, 12. I loved electronic music, and I loved Skrillex. I listened to a lot of Skrillex at that age. And, I mean, obviously he has super hard songs and a lot of dubstep stuff, but he would make a lot of more emotional, melodic stuff, and he would do a lot of vocal chops where you take a vocal, and a lot of the time he would record his own vocals, but you take his vocal, and people who, like, produce or make music know what I'm talking about, you do too because you are a big music guy, but, I could take myself talking right now, and I could say something, and then after that vocal's recorded, I chop it up. I'm going to move this here. I'm going to move this here. I can pitch this up, and you kind of get a robotic kind of like
it's like how
sound out of it. So
Where Are You Now, the one with Justin Bieber, like it's really the whole beat is Justin Bieber just saying "Where are you now," but just like it's been pitched and moved around. Yeah.
So I took the ad libs. You know how so it'll go losing grip on everything I know, and then the background will go no.
Yes.
And then
love that.
All those ad lib background things. I took I don't know if I took all of them or not, but I took a lot of them. I put them together, and then I basically just did that. I would chop them. I'd put one here. I'd put one here. I would change the pitch to this one. I would change the pitch lower to that one, and then I don't remember what all I did, but I just messed with it for a long time until I got that.
Yeah. That's the breakdown.
So that was my vocal. So that was my vocal that I actually moved around a lot. So you can make all the files. You cut them up, you do whatever, and then you can bounce them. So now it's just one file. So I don't have all the individual cuts, so I can't really break that part down. But this is that's just different ones of the ad libs from the main vocal on all these parts.
So that is all your voice right there.
Yeah, like this.
Wow, dude, and I didn't even realize that. That I knew was you.
All those parts that are kind of like the echoes of the verse, those ad libs, and so some of them are reversed. Like a lot, I think most of them are just reversed, so that's why it sounds so weird. And then I just put a lot of effects on it, like there's all kinds of weird chorus and delays and reverbs. But I don't know, I just liked it. I just made it, and then because I wanted something there, I just wanted that break. So that's where you get that sound. And then the kids thing was just kind of a vibe that I. The first idea was just that baby. You know, the baby that's like, Daddy.
Yeah.
That's in there. That was kind of just a throwback to, like, you know, in this sense, it's about God, Father God, and it's about I don't know. I feel like on the outside, we feel like I'm a fill in the blank age person. I feel like I'm grown. I feel like I have, I've lived life, and I'm having this problem with God. So we feel like, but then if you can look at it a totally different.
You can look at it a totally different way. You could return to that stage of childlike faith.
That's one half of it, and then the other half I would say is like, so that's how we see ourselves on the outside. Is I've lived this long. I feel like I'm grown. I feel like I have or have had a relationship with God, however you look at that. But then, what if we looked at it from the sense of, like, in the sense of following God or being a Christian, you can be in the baby stages and not even know it. Like, for example, I was just heard someone say the other day, it's like, you never see a dad get mad at his kid when he's learning how to walk from falling, and they don't remember the dad's not going to remember how many times you fell, but he is going to celebrate and be so happy and remember when you walk for the first time, when you really learn how to walk. And so there was a lot of inspirations from kind of looking at a relationship with God more as a father and a son, but more of a son in that baby stage. Because if I'm having these major problems and I feel like I can't even walk right, to say, metaphorically, I'm using that metaphorically, but I can't even walk straight and I'm falling a lot, I'm sitting on whatever, you should just recognize that maybe you don't need to put so much emphasis on that because you're in a baby stage. You are learning how to walk. And so I kind of pulled from that view and kind of twisted it to that. It's kind of like on the inside, that's more what it's on the outside. It sounds like, God, like, why won't you do this? Why won't you do that? And from the inside, it sounds like, Daddy, like, you're just a kid who needs help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that kind of came from that. And the kid, and then the other sounds that are in there, just like, I literally just went on some website where they had like free non-copyright sound effects, and I was literally just looking for it was I don't remember what it's. Let's see if it has a name. People in the summer. That's what this sound's called. Wait, let me mute the.
Oh, that's what that is.
That's what that is. So it's literally just like kids. I guess it's just kids at a park or whatever, but I don't know, that part I just wanted more than just the one baby voice thing, and I just thought it kind of gave it a vibe of, I don't know, that part was just more of a vibe thing. It doesn't really have a meaning, I guess, but I just liked how it sounded.
Yeah, man, that's amazing. Okay, that's amazing. Truly amazing. Next question.
Thanks, bro.
I believe that Throw Me Away is about sinful cycles and how it leaves anyone who is stuck in said cycle feeling hopeless, right? That kind of hopeless.
You got it.
I'm curious, though, what does this song mean to you, and how did you end up writing it?
Okay, so also I kind of want to open this one, too, because I want to show you that, I don't know if you heard it, because sometimes I'll show people and they're like, oh, bro, I didn't even notice that, but
the screams,
some background vocals I don't want to show, but yeah, but
and the singing at the beginning, the sink in the ocean deep. Yeah, dude, I gotta tell you, when I first heard "Throw Me Away," I was like, this is good, but Mayday's still my favorite. Then I started listening to the whole EP over and over again, and like now it is hard because I'm like, Home is a bop. No, Throw Me Away is amazing. No, Mayday's amazing. No, Wings is a perfect intro. Like, even September Sun's like a great outro track. Since it's so short, it's like I still will listen to it and be like, yeah. Okay, sorry.
Bro, that's good to hear. That's a good problem to have, that you have to pick a favorite, so I'm glad. But, yeah, I mean, you have it down for sure. It's, and also, that's why some of these questions you'll notice I'm kind of thinking before I answer, but that's literally just because I haven't thought about the EP in at least like 2 months, a month and a half, I don't know how long, but yeah, that's Throw Me Away in the simple form. That's the meaning. It's a sinful cycle. It's also just about, it's a self-hate thing. So it's more than a cycle. I mean, in Mayday, there's parts of this that are kind of, they bleed into Mayday as well. The storyline of Throw Me Away bleeds into Mayday, but there's a conclusion. Throw Me Away has no conclusion. The whole point is that, and actually, I want to point out something kind of cool, but I'll say this first. So it is a cycle, but it's a cycle that you kind of put on yourself because you don't think you're worth anything more. So it's that, and it's also, so it's Throw Me Away, numbing the pain, do it again. I had to rhyme, you know.
Yeah.
Really if you say do it again, but so it's a sin cycle. That's an easy way to put it, but it's also, that will cause you major pain. It will cause you torment. If you live that way long enough, it will, especially if you know where you're meant to be. If someone has no idea who they're meant to be or who they are, And there's torment that comes with that, but I feel like there's a specific torment that comes with knowing who you're meant to be, knowing that you have a calling, and knowing that you're throwing your life away, and you're not living anywhere near that destiny that you know is made for you. So there's a pain that comes with that. And I've been there. Lots of, I would say most people have been there to an extent. It's just different types and different levels. But it's, if you meet a drug addict, I'm not, this song's not about drug use, but you could really apply any meaning. So I'm going to apply let's say you're a drug addict. There's a level of, I know I need to stop. I hate that I'm doing this. I hate that I say I'm going to quit and I can't. I hate that I used to be someone totally different and I've quote unquote ruined myself. At least that's what we think. And then, but what's the easy solution? What's the quick solution to get rid of that pain?
You do it again. Away.
You numb it. You numb it the best you can. It comes back. You numb it the best, and that's the cycle. So. And then, so I feel like that's an easy way to put it.
Or if you get so stuck in that, you can numb it again, or you can do what the title says, and like you said, self-hate, like almost like that, almost suicidal, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like the only way to escape is to either numb it again, numb the pain, or kill yourself and never feel the pain again. But it's just, and I felt all of that in the lyrics. I mean, again, the message of this EP hits so clearly, and just everything you said I've gotten from the EP, and I can, like you said, everybody can relate because they've been there sometime in their walk, right? Yeah. Everybody's been there to one level or another, and they can feel it.